We're going to take a look at how to come up with the surface area of a 3D shape. In this case here, we're looking at one that has a cylinder cutout or a shape cutout of another one. Now, volume and surface area are very different, and so we're not going to get into the volume aspect right now. We're going to look specifically at surface area. And surface area, we need to find everything that is surface area of a shape. So let's get started with this one right here. We have a cube. Okay, cube is going to help us make it a little easier, hopefully. And in that side of that cube, we have this cylinder which has been cut all the way through. Now you'll notice that that diagram there, the cylinder goes all the way through this cube. All right, can we come up with the surface area of this shape? We're going to start off with this part right here. I'm going to look at the rectangular prism, or the cube in this case, and then we'll kind of bounce around to some other pieces as well, and then put everything together at the end. A cube, the surface area is not hard. Find the area of one side, length times width, or length times length. It'll be 15 squared, and then multiply it by 6, because there are 6 sides to this cube. Okay, and what we're going to do, and we're going to get an area of 1,350 square feet. Now, you'll notice that one or two of these sides, the front and the back, are not complete. There's a circle that's going to be cut out of there. And so that's actually what we're going to look at next. We're going to cut that circle out of there, and we have 2 of them. Okay, so there are 2 circles that we need to cut out. All right, these need to be subtracted in the long run. And so we have to find the area of them and then subtract them from our cube, because that area of the side has been cut out. It's no longer surface area. So area 2 times pi times radius squared, because there are 2 circles that need to be subtracted out. We get an area of 100.53 square feet. And so we're going to end up subtracting that from our answer in general. Now, the challenging part of this question here is realizing that there in fact is a tunnel, or there's surface area inside that tunnel or that cylinder inside this cube. So we have to also figure out this cylinder, okay, with no circles. And I'm not going to include any circles in here because those circles are cut out. There's no surface area in there. And so instead of doing the whole 2 pi r squared to start, I'm just going to do the lateral area of the cylinder, and that's 2 pi r h. We have a radius, we have a length. Now you'll notice we don't see the length on there. In fact, that's going to be 15, right? It's the same length as our cube. So we can just use that measurement there, and we're going to get a surface area, and this is included surface area of 376.99 square feet. All right, now to come up with our total, we need to add the cylinder and the rectangular prism together and subtract the circles which are not seen on the rectangular prism before we come up with our final answer. Now, if you're going to do a question like this on your own, you have to be careful that you don't include the circles on the cylinder. And if you do, you have to subtract them from both the cylinder and the rectangular prism. So we would have to subtract 4 circles from there instead of just 2. So there are some tricks and some kind of things to make it a little bit easier that you can do. If you recognize that, awesome. If you want to just kind of do it the same pattern that I do it, that's good as well. You have to find something that works for you to come up with the final answer.